April's harassment scandal, alongside those of Tiara and AOA, became one of the most infamous in K-pop. But while many viewed Hyunjoo as the victim of this ordeal, new information and interviews have shifted public opinion, and it's not looking good. If you remember, the controversy started on February 28, 2021, when an online post emerged from someone claiming to be Hyunjoo's brother, alleging that her departure from April was due to severe mistreatment by other members rather than a desire to pursue acting. He mentioned that Hyunjoo had even attempted to take her own life due to the torment she experienced. Then, in April 2021, Hyunjoo took to Instagram to confirm the accusations, stating that DSP Media was blocking her from ending her contract. Over the following weeks, the other members in the agency denied the allegations and pursued lawsuits against her. Ultimately, the lawsuits were dropped due to insufficient evidence, and April disbanded. The controversy had mostly fizzled away over the years, but it flared up again 3 years later when member Na-eun appeared in a video with popular Korean YouTuber KOOKIELIT. In the now-removed video, the two were seen traveling around Europe. It was explained that they met up while she was in London, and he was getting ready to head to France from there, so they decided to have dinner together. During their conversation, he shared that he had blocked Na-eun after the harassment scandal emerged because he had been a victim of a similar situation himself. He then mentioned that after reading her article where she denied the accusations, he unblocked her and personally apologized for being overly sensitive. The video caused a lot of problems for both KOOKIELIT and Na-eun. KOOKIELIT faced criticism for forgiving Na-eun over the situation, especially since he wasn't even a victim of her supposed tormenting. A netizen wrote, "I'm so disappointed in you, KOOKIELIT. It's not like you're the victim, so why are you forgiving her?" Some even went as far as to call him Hyunjoo's second perpetrator. After facing criticism, KOOKIELIT removed the video and apologized, admitting his oversight and promising to be more careful with future content. On the other hand, Na-eun got backlash for trying to rebuild her image through her appearance on the channel. The situation got so bad that a netizen even filed a complaint with the national petition system, alleging that KOOKILIT breached the act on fair labeling and advertising. They claimed that Na-eun's agency, Namu Actors, had secretly arranged the trip with him to improve her image, turning their collaboration into an undisclosed contract under advertising rules. The complaint stressed that creators are required to reveal any financial sponsorships when promoting brands or products. So if KOOKILIT had any financial ties with Na-eun, his channel could face legal issues for not disclosing it. Na-eun's agency denied the allegations, clarifying that no financial transaction took place, and KOOKILIT paid for all the travel expenses, with the trip being his idea. This didn't help settle things, especially since Hyunjoo faced backlash during the scandal despite not being involved. Her Instagram comments were filled with April fans accusing her of destroying the group and saying that she should go to jail for lying about her mistreatment. While many stood by Hyunjoo, netizens were puzzled by the hate she was receiving, especially since she had allegedly been Na-eun's victim and hadn't posted anything for months. Netizens also believed that KOOKILIT's video wasn't the only attempt Na-eun made to regain public favor. On September 25th, Sports Kyunghyang released a report featuring statements from staff members of April concerning the claims made by Hyunjoo and her family against her fellow group members. The report included 5 statements from various personnel of DSP Media, such as a former manager and hairstylist. They claimed that it was actually Hyunjoo who harassed the other members, not the other way around. An employee of the company added that the harassment accusations were forced since there were no victims and no perpetrators. The former manager also went as far as to say that instead of being an offender, Na-eun was the innocent victim of a witch hunt. Another employee commented that this situation clearly indicated there was smoke without fire. What was agreed upon was that the members had problems with each other, but there was no harassment taking place, and if there were any problems in the group, Hyunjoo was the one who started them. It was also said that she was the main cause of the group's declining image and that her behavior made things more difficult for the staff. In their interview, one of the former hairstylists for the group gave their detailed thoughts on the scandal and Hyunjoo. When asked about April, the hairstylist described the members as kind and genuine and said that there weren't any major issues during the time they worked together. However, they said that Hyunjoo's name frequently came up when problems arose within the group, often related to her skipping practice. The hairstylist questioned why Hyunjoo caused so much trouble and constantly sought attention, noting that if her immaturity was the issue, maybe she shouldn't have pursued an idol career in the first place. They also firmly denied that any harassment took place, saying that the members just weren't close to each other. The hairstylist went on to describe Hyunjoo as someone who couldn't stand seeing staff interacting with any member besides herself. For instance, if the hairstylist spoke with other members or checked on them, Hyunjoo would interrupt and pressure the others to end the conversation. Additionally, they claimed that Hyunjoo once caused a music broadcast to be cancelled due to her not feeling well. They recalled crying and comforting the other members, who they claimed had sacrificed a lot to appear on that program. Despite the disappointment, it was claimed that the members never spoke badly of Hyunjoo. The interview shocked the public public to say the least. The hairstylist was flamed for saying that they scoffed at the mistreatment accusations and for claiming that the other members were mistreated instead of Hyunjoo. However, by far, the worst part of the interview was when the hairstylist complained about Hyunjoo not showing up for a music broadcast and how it was a hard time for them. They portrayed Hyunjoo's situation as if she had a cold or a headache, but the truth was she was in the hospital after attempting to end her life. A commenter wrote, "So Hyunjoo is always unwell and your first thought is that she's causing trouble? That says enough about who the real harasser is." Some people were even troubled by the hairstylist's comments about Hyunjoo. They were mostly taken aback that the stylist noticed the 5 members constantly targeting Hyunjoo, yet chose to support them instead of intervening or remaining neutral. There was also a separate interview with an acquaintance of the 5 members who contradicted nearly all the allegations made by Hyunjoo and her brother. The acquaintance explained their willingness to do the interview by saying they felt scared during the controversy in 2021 because the members were so young. They recalled hearing one member say, "It feels like we have to get hurt for this to stop," which made the acquaintance genuinely worry about the members' safety. Regarding the question of whether there was any harassment within the group, they stated that it would be an exaggeration to label it as such. They acknowledged that there might have been shared struggles, but no one was a victim or a perpetrator. According to them, in idol groups, not all members will get along or like each other, and when it comes to April, apparently, some members had strong bonds while others didn't. They said, "The conflict reflects the interpersonal relationships within an idol group as they leave home as teenagers, live in a dormitory, and begin their social life, as well as the conflicts that arise as a result." There were also claims that conflicts between the members were actually rooted in DSP Media's favoritism toward Hyunjoo. The interviewee explained that this bias was partly due to the belief that members should not be sick. They went on to say that during their preparation for their debut, some members of April faced real physical challenges, while others struggled mentally due to anxiety. They also alleged that the other members adhered to the rules, but frequent absences from Hyunjoo during bonding time led to an imbalance. The acquaintance also talked about Na-eun's recent controversy related to KooKTube. They said that the backlash against Na-eun was way too harsh, and it made them fear for her safety. They were also deeply frustrated by claims that Na-eun was flirting with KooKTube to help her come back, as the interaction was being misrepresented in hurtful ways. They then went on to describe Na-eun as a caring person who used to wipe food off her older members' faces and even help with their boogers. The acquaintance said that observing this situation made them seriously question if people genuinely wanted to know the truth or whether they just wanted to witch hunt someone. At the end of the interview, they also recalled a chance encounter with Na-eun during a break when Na-eun mentioned that she had grown terrified to speak in front of a camera. They just couldn't understand why Na-eun faced such severe criticism, pointing out that she hadn't done anything wrong nor committed any crime. Despite the fact that the members' acquaintance did their best to clear their names, the public didn't really like the interview or appreciate it. There were also accusations of media play, with a commenter saying, "Can they cut it down with the media play already? They just want to keep on tormenting the victim. All you perpetrators, go away." Another said that it was disturbing how the person invalidated Hyunjoo's experience with the members just because they didn't experience the same thing. A lot of commenters speculated that Na-eun's agency was orchestrating this situation and would keep releasing articles and interviews to reshape the narrative and influence public opinion about the events. Even if they have plans to do this, it likely won't succeed since the public already believes that the other April members harassed Hyunjoo to the point of self-harm and see them as the perpetrators. In reality, efforts to improve the members' images, especially Na-eun's, are backfiring and making them appear even worse. As a result, netizens are advising them to stay silent and avoid drawing more attention before things escalate.